Working as expected. It on this end it does say we are live, so let's have a look. We are streaming to two groups today. We're not only in the support community, but growth without sacrifice as well. And Taylor is not here with us on StreamYard, but she is with us watching and in the comments to answer any questions people may have. Yeah, it looks like we are here. Let's see if Tay found us as well. And yeah, so good morning for most people, for you as well, Deanna. For me, it's late evening as usual. And yeah, a little bit of a different support call this time because I have Deanna with me here, one of our lovely clients who has been killing it with our automation tools. And yeah, I know a lot of people would love to hear a little bit more because you came on with Taylor a little while ago. Hey, Tay, she found us as well. But Deanna, you came on with Taylor a little while ago, where we heard about the launch you were in at that moment and close to the deadline. It wasn't really what you hoped for with the signups, but you managed to hit your goals in a very short amount of time. And I am pretty sure, like people who may have seen it, or even those who haven't yet, are probably going to be very, very curious about how you've done it, what your tips and tricks are, how you are using automation, and all of that. Um, but yeah, before we get into that, because I have plenty of questions for you, and we probably have questions from our viewers and lovely family members as well. But first of all, I'd like to ask you, Deanna, to quickly introduce yourselves to the people who are new here, who haven't seen your face yet, and tell us a little bit about what you do and what your business is all about.
So yes, I am Deanna and I am in Wisconsin. So in the United States, and so it has been really fun and exciting to work with Misty and Taylor all the way across the world. I always say, oh, I'm going to go talk to Thailand now, and my husband laughs at me. um, so it's been really fun to have that connection, and of course like the coaching and guidance from both of you is amazing. So if you're here and wondering like is this the right place for me, I would say yes. I am I'm a meditation teacher, so my business is focused on particularly a group coaching program where I help stressed out women be part of their lives. So we often, when we're living on autopilot, we don't notice the day-to-day things that are draining us and dragging us down and holding us back. And so my mission is to help people recognize those things, move forward from them, and live a life that they actually enjoy and want to be part of, instead of sitting and watching it pass by. So I do have a membership option that's coming here actually next week. And I do have some one-on-one options as well for actual meditation sessions if people want to connect with me that way. So
Amazing.
I love it.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, we know, or you know, we love you and we love what you do already. And yeah, people in our little lovely family in our support community, most of you know each other pretty well. But we had a couple of new members we welcomed recently as well. So for them, it might be very new. And some of them are in very similar fields or industries. So I think that's amazing for a lot of people to hear. How long is it by now that you've been using automation approximately?
I think I did one of the amazing challenges last fall, so maybe August or September, and then started with kind of the 3 basic tools because I felt like I have to learn how to use these before I do anything else. That's just how I operate. And so it was nice to kind of start with those things and get comfortable. So I would say September, I think.
Yeah, I think it was September too, indeed. And it's good that you mention this right now. Like when you first started out or before you started, you felt like, oh, it might be a lot, like a lot of new things to learn. So maybe start out with two or three tools and take it from there. How was your experience been learning the tools? Was it a lot quicker and easier than you expected, or did it take, like, how much time do you think it took you to really understand, set up, and master your first couple of automation tools?
I think that was the fear, is that it was going to be really hard to learn and complicated, and that it would be like this overwhelming thing, which of course is what I'm trying not to do in my life. So that was probably where the most hesitancy was, because I had never like seen anything before. So doing that challenge, to actually like see, oh, that's really not as complicated as I was making it in my head. And so things came pretty quickly. I mean, the training and the videos and the tools that are available to us to learn how to use it was really, it makes it so seamless, and you can pick up on exactly what to do and get going pretty quickly. Like, I think that challenge was maybe only a 3-day, maybe a week long. I can't remember. And within that first week, let's say, I was having tons of conversations that weren't there before, and it just was like, oh, this is cool. This is easy. This is a piece that's been hard, because it's hard to go out and just find new people to talk to. So
Yeah. Yeah, so it was really in your first couple of days of using it, of using the tools, that you really started to see results already and started to have conversations that you weren't otherwise having, and with potential and ideal clients.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. So, can you, and I don't want to spend too much time on it because I know we've talked about this before, but just for the people who are newly joining and maybe just have joined our group, can you tell us a little bit about the before and after of your business, where you were at before, like prior to using automation tools, working with Taylor and myself? The support and coaching, and where you are now and what your business looks like, or even the time you spend, or what life is like right now. Hi, Francis. Good to see you here as well.
Yes. So I would say, I think it just feels simpler, like to just put it in one word. Like, before, it was so complicated to figure out how to connect with people, how to get them in Dia, or into Messenger and have conversations, figuring out kind of where to spend my time. And so to really just have like a plan and know that these are the steps I'm going to do and this is what's going to happen next is so helpful. And the automation makes that really easy, because I can say this is happening on Tuesday and I know exactly how it's going to look, instead
Mm-hmm.
of going on to Facebook and getting sucked into all the things. And then you're like, I actually did nothing right now. Um, so,
I think many people will recognize this.
you know, like, there's actually stuff happening even in the times where I might get distracted, let's say that. Um, there's still pieces moving around that I don't have to think about, and that leaves me more time. If I can keep the distractions at bay, it leaves me more time to be building relationships and serving people and actually doing the coaching, which is the part that, like, we like, right? We don't, the lead generation and having conversations is a must part of the process, but we actually like serving people. And so it just really, really simplifies everything.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing, lovely. Okay, well, I see there are some people coming on right now. It's a little bit difficult to keep track of all the comments because it's two groups, so we might be missing something. Deanna and me right here. We'll have a look afterwards as well. But Taylor is here with us, so if there's any questions, I'm sure she will bring it to our attention as well and answer questions in the comments, which we will probably have. But I always like, before I go into this any further and before I drop some questions to you, I always like to start out with a couple of wins or a couple of victories. It's been a while since we had a call, second support call for February. What are your recent wins? Do you have any recent wins? Well, I'm sure you do, but to share with us.
So I mentioned that my membership is opening next week. And so one of the things that is happening in my world is that my group coaching almost seems like too much for some people, and they kind of just want the basics. They want to know, like, how do I do this? And so that's where I've kind of stepped it back to more of a like toolbox resource center, so to speak. And so I have these couple of groups of people, the people who want more and a group option, and the people who want to just get started. And so that's one of the things that the broadcast and the tagging tools have allowed me to, like, here's my two groups of people. These people I'm going to talk to at this point. These people I'm going to talk to at this point. And so between, what is it, Wednesday here. So in the last 2 days, I think I've had probably 10 conversations through being able to set those messages up about which might be the better choice for them right now and how to move forward. So
Wow,
I'm
I love
looking at starting next week with the membership, just from those conversations with at least 5 people who are ready. So
awesome. I love
yeah,
that. Brilliant.
that's
Yeah, and now even that you're mentioning it, it makes me think of this. This is also, I think, something that is so beautiful about automation, because you mentioned something. I had this offer and it seemed like not everyone was ready for it, and they actually were needing or were looking for something else, wanted to buy something else that I didn't offer. And I know that this is for a lot of business owners something they struggle with, because they believe they know what their ideal clients want, but there's a lack of market research and a lack of conversations with people and really talking to your ideal clients to figure out what they are looking for, what they want to buy, and how they want to buy it. And it seems like, since you've been using automations, and now that you're having so many conversations with your ideal clients and really building relationships and having dialogues with people, that you figured out, like, okay, they're actually wanting something else from me, or at least a big part of my audience and the people in my pipeline. So now I know what they want. I'm going to create that, and I have this these two separate offers. So I always have something to offer people that is a right fit for them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because so I did the group program in January and February, which was absolutely amazing. And I'm going to start that again in April, with a few people who are interested. But I have people ending the current program in February here. And then they might want to join again, but what do we do in March? And so this is actually a good bridge where they still get to continue to use the tools. In that in between. But then I have all those people in January who said, I really can't commit to an 8-week thing. I can't show up to calls live, but I still want your help. And so I was able to take the bigger group program that I created and then kind of pull back some of the extra features and valuable pieces to really just say, here's the basics and this is how you start. So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
perfect. You bridged that perfectly, indeed. Love it, love it. All right. Well, I have plenty of wins to share as well, and I know Francis is here with us. Taylor is here with us. Maybe a couple of other people. We'd love to hear your wins as well. But for me, what I quickly want to share, because a lot of you are part of the Growth Without Sacrifice community. you've probably noticed we've been really busy. We had an amazing workshop, which was, well, thanks to all of you as well. Awesome, amazing. Everyone was so engaging. Everyone was so excited. So we have you all to thank for that as well. But yeah, we were in the middle of a big launch. We had so there comes so much to it, right? And we were able to do this completely stress free because of automation. We now have an amazing group of ambitious business owners who are going to join us on the 6-week program, Scale with Automation Group Coaching. So I am super excited. I'm really, really stoked to get started in March and be part of everyone's journey. So that's my win that I quickly wanted to share as well. But then on, yeah, like I mentioned when we started talking already, you had a chat with Taylor on a live a little while ago, and I remember you were in a launch. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think you had a goal of getting 50 signups, and it was probably a day before that you were like around 30.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a free kind of a free challenge that I did in my Facebook community, and my goal was 50. And I had done pretty well at setting up some of the things beforehand, but I think it was the week before we were getting started, my grandma actually passed away, and so that just took away some time from my work and being a little bit more intentional. And so having the things that I needed when I came back to see, like, oh, I only have 30 people, which is still great. Like, I would have been happy with 30 people, but I really wanted to try to get that goal. And so using the labels and tags, of course, I got to Monday, and that's when I messaged Taylor, and I was like, I only have 30, but I'm working on it. And I was able to say, these are people who are already interested in something I've done before. So I'm going to talk to them first. So instead of wasting energy and time talking to people that maybe weren't in the position to jump into this, I could kind of hone in on that particular group. And so I think by the time we actually started, which was maybe 48 hours, I had 54 people. So the group was exciting because people wanted to be there. They, like, it wasn't just, sure, I'll sign up, send me the link, and they didn't actually want to be there. They had expressed interest before, and so it was so easy and really it wasn't a time suck. It didn't drain my energy to be like, where am I going to go find 20 people?
Yeah, because just I mean, you're talking about it as if it's nothing, but if I got that right, that's like less than 48 hours. You got 25 exciting people ready to go to sign up.
Yeah,
And it was like a day and a half or
yeah.
Oh my God, that's incredible. No wasting time, Taylor says. This was awesome. Yeah, they were ready for you to reach out. So because I'm sure people are really curious, like, what do you mean with like talking to the right people and the labels and tags and all of that? Can you share a little bit more details, or can you explain a little bit more? How do you divide those people? Like, what kind of labels or tags do you create? How does that process work for you so that you know where to focus your effort and what people to reach out to for certain things?
So I use a lot of
Oi, are we now freezing?
tags, and I actually been in back maybe. I think it's working. Oh, I think maybe. I'm still going. Am I here, Taylor?
I think you brought right when it got so excited and
Right,
everyone stopped waiting to hear.
Oh, well, That's just the little anticipation. We just have to make everybody get excited for a second.
Yeah, we're building it up. We're
Yeah,
building it up.
hold on.
Let's
Um,
see. Is because I think people didn't really get that part about the
yeah,
labels and tags, but I feel like we're doing okay now again. Tay, can you confirm? Is it working?
anticipation is killing me. That was on purpose.
It
For
was on
sure. We
purpose.
did. We were like, wait for it.
So let's try again.
Hmm.
Labels, tags, like how
Here
do
we go.
you treat people and how do you know who to reach out to for what topics or things do you create labels and tags inside Genius Messenger CRM?
So I use the tags a lot. I have a tag for basically everything that somebody has signed up for with me for the last year and a half. So I had those all in a document prior of like these are the people to talk to, but I'd have to go through 75 different, slides to figure out who to talk to.
Uh-huh.
So when I started with the automation, I kind of worked backwards and got everybody labeled. So if this person did my mindfulness challenge, if this person did my self-care challenge, like obviously they have some need and there's some connection to what I'm doing that they are a person that I want to be following up with. And so I could go back, a year, maybe these people kind of got lost along the way and I haven't talked to them. That's the group I could say, hey, there's this new thing. You did this with me last year. Do you want to join in? And so there's less gaps. I mean, it's easier to follow up with people because I think it's so easy to lose them along the way. And
Oh, yeah.
you don't remember how did I connect with them or what thing were they in? How did they join into my space, right? So instead of going to, yes, my Facebook group is technically would be considered warm leads. They're all there because they've found something I do inspiring, but there's 300 people to talk to.
Mhm.
So instead of trying to talk to 300 people, I can say, well, these 30 did this, and I'm going to talk to them first. Like just kind of breaking down that big group into smaller pieces and knowing who exactly I should be having conversations with that maybe I haven't talked to for a little while.
Yeah, yeah. So you take them per group basically for different offers they signed up for in the past, and then like this day or this week, you tackle this group of people, you
Mm-hmm.
re-engage with them. If you have a new offer or a new event, you see like what sort of um, similar interest or similar topics, and then you reach out to those people first. Is that it?
Yeah, it's really kind of just breaking that bigger, like I said. Well, actually, I think it's nearing 400 now in my group since having automation. Taking those people and saying like these are the ones who have actually shown interest in what I'm doing, and they're participating in things because those are the ones who are going to be more likely to take action.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah, agree. And would you say like if you wanted to use this strategy and like reach out to those people in your focus and know really who joined which program in the past, would you be able to do this manually?
It would take me forever. um, because, like I said, I was keeping track of who had joined what things, but it was multiple spreadsheets or multiple documents. And so to have to go through and find all of those, read through the lists, send each person a message, um, to talk to 20 or 30 people in one day, Facebook wouldn't like me.
Yeah, yeah.
because
You have a point
because
there.
they would be like, are you sure you're not a computer? Um, and then the just the effort of having those conversations and going through each person individually. Like I could reach 20 people at one time over the course of maybe an hour, and now I have another couple of hours to actually have conversations with the people that replied.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, technically you could. It will cost you a lot of time, but you probably wouldn't see 25 signups in a day or a day and a half.
No.
I
Mm-mm.
believe. Yeah, yeah. And another one, I'm very curious. What are your favorite processes or favorite features that you love using most of all of any of the automation tools?
I like broadcasts because I'm a planner. And if I want to send a message next week, I can actually just set that up and have it ready and check it off of my list. And then my brain can move on to something else. If I can't set it up and it's sitting there until a certain day, either that day comes and I get so busy that it kind of falls off the list. I get stressed out about it because it's still on my
Oh,
list of things to do. Like if I can just schedule the broadcast and know that it's going to happen and my brain can move on to other tasks, it's not like staring me in the face saying you have to do this, you have to do this, which is stressful for me. I think just moving stuff, that's done, that's done. And so that's
uh-huh.
probably my favorite is because I can schedule it. I could say these are the people I'm talking to, and then I can move on to something else.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you bring it up about the scheduling because I like broadcast, I think might probably be my favorite feature as well. And I think for many I see in the comments as well, love the broadcast, love the broadcast. Hi Stacy, by the way. Stacy is saying hi to us too. Um, but yeah, I think even everyone loves broadcasts. We all know that. And for those of you who are watching and might be like, "What the hell are you talking about? What's broadcasts?" I'm just going to give a brief explanation as well. So broadcasts is a feature inside our Genius Messenger CRM, which allows us to send to it's basically messenger marketing. So it allows us to send bulk messages to a group of people of your choice based on the label or the tag you've given them. So in Deanna's case, we are talking about people who signed up for a previous event that is similar or would probably have interest in what she's doing. She can select that group of people to tell them about the new event or the new offer she is yeah hosting. And there's of course also a couple of ways in which it helps you protect your Facebook account for restrictions and all of that, because now we're talking about sending a lot of messages. If we do that manually, copying pasting one after the other, that can definitely get us in trouble. It most likely will. But with broadcast, we can indeed schedule it in advance if we want. We can set intervals in between the messages that send out, and we can also rotate different versions of our messages so we don't come across as a spammer. So you're still bringing across the same message, but wording it slightly differently or using different words to tell them about the same thing basically. But I believe, and I'm pretty sure actually, that even a lot of our software users who do use broadcasts are not really scheduling them all ahead, but they're just going creating their broadcast and sending them out. And I think it's brilliant the way you think of it, because I feel you when you're talking about feeling stressed out because there's so much on the to-do list. There's so much in your head that you know you need to do. And it's very similar to emails. Like when we have something going on, a launch, a new offer, a workshop, there's a lot of emails involved, right? If I would have to send them all at the time they need to go out, I would freak out. I know I
Yeah,
can't. So
you're
if
not
I
you can't do that real time.
no, it's you'll constantly be running after all the tasks you have to do, especially with a big launch. If you're, yeah, you have a new program or something special going on, we always like to plan everything ahead. We know exactly what needs to happen. We know the posts that need to go out. We know the emails we need to send out. all the little things, the leads list, who we need to focus on, who we need to reach out to, and in what way. And same as I do with my emails, I like to set up my automations, my campaigns beforehand. Everything is taken care of. I can let it go. Again, like I mentioned, our win, a stressful launch, I think is not something many people experience. I think a lot of people find launches very stressful, but broadcasts, indeed, I think it's brilliant to also try and schedule that as much as you can. Plan ahead, think ahead, what's going to happen over the coming weeks. What do I need to tell people about? Who do I need to reach out to? Schedule it and you can forget about it. People will be replying and then you can take it from there as it goes, but you can let it go. So yeah, I really, really love that.
One thing, as you were just talking about the planning and getting through all the steps, and we know this. I know Taylor has said it, you have said it. Like, follow-up is where the magic is. Most people don't do it. Most people lose track. And so I have started using broadcasts for that. So last week I did a virtual meditation. I had a certain number of people sign up. I had a certain number of people attend. I, the next day, scheduled a broadcast for the people who didn't come and said, I'm sorry you weren't there. Make sure you check your email for the recording. Would you like the link to sign up for the next session? So I was able to be like,
Love it.
right away, say, reminder, we missed you, and have that follow up. And the same thing with my freebie challenge I've been doing this month. I already have something scheduled at the end to follow up with those people to offer them to come into a call with me or a chat, and we can see how I could help them move forward. And so it's not only getting ready for it, but the other end of like, now we have to keep track of all those people and keep that relationship going. And so the follow-up piece is something that I was missing for a while. I mean, was missing forever before automation, but it didn't really click to me to be like, oh, I could do this after the fact and still reconnect with all these people. So that's kind of one tip, because we all know we should be following up.
Yes, yes, yes. Crucial. Follow-ups are key indeed. We all agree on that. Um, yeah, is there any advice, first of all, you can give to anyone who already uses automation tools but is just starting out, is now figuring things out and getting started?
I think what has worked best for me, my biggest tip would be to start with one feature that you can see some progress, growth in, and get kind of comfortable with that. So I do use the friend, connector or the Genius connector, and so that is something that's pretty easy. Like, one of the first things I picked up on, and I was like, okay, this is how I do it. This is what I'm going to do. And now I can dig in more and create more broadcasts, get better at some of my labeling as far as where people are in the process, and using the notes and the reminders features. Like, those are things that I have not been very good at yet. And so just getting one thing feeling pretty solid and comfortable, and then moving forward through it until everything sort of becomes this fancy little system. Like, it just it'll all come together. Because I think trying to go all in on all of the features can be a little bit overwhelming, even though they are really easy. Just make yourself comfortable enough to feel good. Like, this is working. This is doing what it's supposed to do. When I was adding people to my group right away, when I was having conversations in the messages right away, within just a couple of days, I was like, okay, this is the thing I'm going to work on until it feels like really good, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I agree. I think, and yeah, for people just joining us, they will also know that in the support group we have a little challenge as well. The one that you joined before you started, just to help you get started, to yeah, to look at like where to even start. What do I do first? How do I build like a daily workflow with the tools and build some consistency? And yeah, I think that would be my first tip for people to simply get started with daily tasks, daily activities that you can just cross off the list. And I think you agree with that, because yeah, the challenge has been really helpful for you as well with it, hasn't it?
Yeah, that was, I mean, like I said, just a couple of days in, Taylor was like, "Oh, so you did that already, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, and it was really cool." So it's, it's like going through that really just shows you how easy it can be, and then you can dig into some of those more detailed features later on. Um, but knowing that these are the things I'm going to do and I know exactly how to do them takes away so much procrastination and decision fatigue of like, what do I
Oh
do next? What do I do next? You know, it's just we know these are the steps. And so that challenge, that's a really great place to begin.
yeah, yeah, agree. Taylor is saying we have a new tagline. We teach entrepreneurs how to simplify and scale with fancy little systems. Though
Uh,
I must say, I think it's quite a massive system, a
mhm.
massive fancy system.
It is, but
Oh, yeah,
to the user experience, it seems like it's so easy. You know, like I know there's a gajillion things happening and there's so many things that are possible, but it seems really manageable for somebody who has never done this before.
yeah, yeah. Little systems, massive results, she says. Yeah, I think we can settle for that one. I love that. Okay, last but not least, anyone who is watching and on the fence, not quite sure if automation is for them, what would you say to anyone who is currently thinking about maybe starting basic
I
automation?
think we get in our heads a lot about what it looks like and how it works and just let that go because it's not, I mean, in messages I've sent and follow-up things I've done, I've gotten messages back from people saying it was so nice of you to reach out. It was so thoughtful of you to send that message. I really appreciate you checking on me. Like when you have that as your end result, yes, I sent a version of that message to 20 people, but those 20 people are all important to me in my work. And to just say, I'm checking in, I'm following up, whatever the conversation might be, and to have them recognize, like, oh, she does notice me. She does care that I'm here. She does want to know more about what's going on with me. We get stuck in our head that we're going to be robotic or pitchy or like that sending these messages makes us feel not authentic and not real, and it's actually the opposite. I was able to reach out to those people and tell them that I was thinking about them and then have conversations, and that's being real. So just let go of, I guess, long story short, let go of the kind of preconceived notions you might have about how this works. Like I'm pretty sure Taylor reached out to me probably with some kind of automation a long time ago, and and you know, now like it's the best to have this connection with her, and then through that having the connection with you and being in this world of sales and automation and doing life together in so many ways. So just let go all the stuff that that we you think is gonna be a problem. It won't. It'll all work, and it works really well, and you don't lose people. I was finding I was all these people were getting lost in my not unorganization, but just because I couldn't actually talk to that many people in a day. And
Yeah,
so it would be a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months before I would talk to somebody again. And now I can keep that relationship growing in a lot simpler and faster way. I don't know if that makes sense.
absolutely. For me, it definitely does. And Taylor says, yes, I use Genius Connector. LOL. Yeah,
Yep.
that's funny. I hear that. It's like people who don't know me usually don't know that I might have even sent them an automated message. And I hear it a lot from people who are like part of our family or who know me for quite a long time. So they know I'm all about automation, that they often ask me, I never know, like, is it actually you messaging me or am I receiving an automated message now? Because you can tell.
Mm-mm.
But I think it's beautiful to hear like the type of responses you get from people after sending those messages, that they tell you things like, oh, thank you for checking in with me. I really appreciate that you thought of me, all of that. How does that make you feel?
It's again because I know I couldn't keep up with it otherwise. um, Having the tool to know that I could make somebody on the other end of that message, like make them smile or make them feel good, to know that somebody thought of them. I mean, how can you ask for more? It's it's pretty
It feels
amazing.
good, right?
It's pretty amazing. Um, to just be like, hey, this is what's going on, and I'm thinking about you, or I hope that you might join us, or I missed seeing you at this event. And then they're like, oh, she noticed I wasn't there, and so she cares that I'm part of this. And that's, I think, huge, because it's so easy to kind of just fall off. If you're not really participating in something, to fall off. But when somebody says, hey, are you okay? I missed seeing you yesterday because you signed up for this thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, this happened. Well, now we can have a conversation about, what's going on in their life. So
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's,
I recognize that as well. That makes things so much easier because you always know. You know when people are not there. You know what they signed up for. You know what you previously talked about with them. Even if you've been talking to hundreds of people, even if you don't really memorize it, but you have everything right in front of you and you have everything there on your CRM. It's also one of the things yeah, for me has made such a big difference too. So I think we still have a couple of people here. Since we're in two groups now, I can see how many people we have watching here and who's all here with us. But for those, especially our crew, our family, um, we also have reserved some time for a little Q&A. Any questions you have, if you have questions for Deanna in particular about her tips or what she shared with us today, or if you have any questions about the tools, your messaging, your launches, your campaigns, anything that's going on in business right now, drop your questions and we're happy to answer. Um, I feel like we're freezing again, aren't we? Or is it, am I still here? I see. We answered so much. Yeah, it is freezing. Oh no, we lost her. Am I still here? I'm going to check the group quickly. Also to see if we do have any questions. Yes, it's freezing. Oh, Deanna's in the comments now. Lost connection. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I know I can say this for me as well as Taylor. Thank you so, so much, Deanna, for joining us today and sharing your story and answering questions. I know you'll be here in the comments as well. If anyone has any questions for Deanna, even afterwards, if you're watching this later on the replay, feel free to drop them in the comments. And yeah, I'm sure she'd be happy to answer any questions. Trying to come back, but not sure I can. Don't worry about it, Deanna. It's all good. We've been going on for I think 45 minutes already. It's very early for you. It's late for me. I'm just gonna check and see if there's any more questions. And yeah, Tay says thank you as well. You're the best. You know we love you. And you've been killing it. We're so proud. You've done so amazing, and you keep surprising us with all the different ideas and strategies you come up with yourself as well. So, an inspiration for everyone, I think. Francis is saying no questions for now. Still learning Genius Messenger CRM. So happy to jump on live. So many insights learned. Thank you, Deanna, Coach Misty, Coach Tay. Thank you for being here with us as well. Great to have you. And the questions will come, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, you're in our little family already, so you can always post them in the group or anywhere. And let's see. Hey, surprise! There she is.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
it's okay. That's what happens sometimes. If your life, like, yeah, it's still the
Yep.
internet, Facebook, StreamYard,
It's,
that
we,
stuff.
exactly.
We just go with it. But I think no questions for now. I also knew a lot of people weren't able to be here live with us, so they're probably going to watch the replay. Um, so yeah, I just shared with everyone as well. If they do have specific questions for you, they're probably going to drop them in the comments. If we see anything you haven't seen, we'll share it with you, because I'm sure you'd be happy to answer specific questions
Yeah. Hmm. For
for
sure.
you and about your experience. So yeah, giving it one more check. No more questions right now. Let's see. No, then that's it for today. I wish you a lovely day, Deanna. Thanks again.
Thank
You're the
you.
best. And everyone else watching, have a good day, good morning, good good afternoon, good night.
Good
And
night
we'll
to
keep
you
going on this one. Thank you.
and
All
Taylor.
right. Bye.